Right, so we're back in the shop after 2 weeks of not being here because Mark's been out gallivanting around down in Torquay, Newquay, Somerset, Sherborne, wherever, having a good time. While I've been doing all the dirty work. But he's come back with a great mix of stuff, and I'm going to start off with the first lot he's just showing me now. I've not seen any of this. So the first lot he's showing me is a lot of ephemera about Cunard line basically, ranging from the 1950s up until about the 1990s, something like that. So it's been somebody's collection, but the main part of it is a documented evidence, a documented book of memorabilia from the Falklands when the Canberra was commissioned. Was taken over by the government to go and fight for the Falklands, and he's got this is a lot of letters, on board newsletters that were sent from the beginning to the end, and it was probably to keep the morale of the sailors on the ship, and it documents what was going on through the whole of the Falklands thing, along with some other stuff. So Mark, tell us about that, mate. Tell us what.
As you say, it's P&O. There was a large lot. There was the voyages recently up to 2004, I think that one's, or going back quite a long time, even some stuff into the 60s. This piece though came out, and it's called the Canberra Buzz, and it must have been for the sailors, for the armed forces whilst on ship, and to keep morale up, doing like a newsletter and banter and jokes going between various troops, marines, paras, what have you, and not had time to look at it properly, but it looks really interesting. You know, There's all sorts of things in
I
it.
bet you there's not many of them,
No.
them left, is there, to be honest with you? I mean, this is...
Possibly the only one.
It's probably going to be the only one. It's probably original find, this one,
Yeah.
mate, I tell you. Yeah.
And then later on, more seriously, I mean, there's news and news about all around. Some parts of it are news for who was on board, but a lot of it is banter as well in between, as I can see. And then there's the more serious stuff of the letters from P&O cruisers back to relatives and friends. Obviously more of that was probably censored, or I don't know enough. These could have been generic letters that you had to pass on.
Yeah, newsletters number 3, April 1982, to relatives and friends of the ship's company. Obviously, the soldiers couldn't send the letters back off, so it's your generic letters that have been sent by the ship to the relatives and friends of the ship's company, really. So
Again,
that's got to be saying everybody's done okay, and
Yes, and the
nobody's
ship's
got bombed.
okay.
Yeah.
And contrary to belief, the ship's run aground. It hasn't. All that type of thing is
Yeah.
sort of in there. Again, not read it properly, not had a chance.
That's rare, isn't it? I mean, that's you're not finding any more of that, are you? So that's history. That's British history, isn't it? You know,
Yes.
that was
Yeah.
going on well.
Yeah.
So and that comes out of a box of ephemera that's just been picked up, along with there's probably 30-40 posters, something like that.
Yeah.
You've got some cracking, just random posters, all to do with Canberra ships. This one,
QE2,
the
that
QE2.
Is it? Yeah.
Signed by the captain, signed by the artist, limited edition.
Yeah.
Just a collectible, unusual.
Mixed in
collectible.
the lot.
Yeah, mixed
So
in
it
the
was
lot.
very random.
Got the poster of Red Arrows, Concorde. Was that QE2? Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Another one. Again, like 30
But
or
that's
40. Yeah.
that was a significant part of
That's the main
lot
part of the auction.
Yes, serious.
Yeah.
That's a serious.
150 years of it.
Yeah.
Somebody's documented the Mediterranean cruise 1964, silver wedding anniversary for some couple, with all the
It's nice.
it documents. It's good.
Got all the meals in there.
Yeah. See, it's great. I mean, this stuff you're not finding this stuff anywhere else. You're only getting it here. First off, so if you want to come and have a look at it, give us a shout, and it's all for sale. So some of it will be on the website, some of it won't. We'll show you stuff. So we'll go on to the next one in a minute. See what else you got. Okay, mate. Right. Well, you weren't messing about with something nautical, were you? That was.
Nice, isn't it?
That's pretty nautical, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me what that is. I know what it is, but just
It's off the prow of a ship. It's off
Right.
the prow of a ship. The front of the ship is a figurehead. The figureheads were carved. Most of the ships up until about the 1880s would have had a figurehead carved. We were making, obviously, the Greeks, the Romans, they all used figureheads. So it was done a lot, and there was about 5 companies around the country
Right.
carved them.
Cool.
And for quite a long time, you know.
So how old's that?
This one, there was provenance with this one was the lady who put it into the auction. It was her father's,
Right.
and he'd got it off his father, who worked in the shipyards.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, shipbuilders, I should say,
Yeah,
in
right.
Kent.
Right.
So as far as we know, it's from Kent. I got the information off the auctioneer who sold it to me, Daniel,
Right.
and he told me that the repairs were old repairs.
Yeah.
My father had them done in the 1920s.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Um,
So if her father was
and her
around,
father was,
yeah.
her father was born, I think he said, in 1902,
and he got it off his.
and he's got it off his father.
So you're talking 1800 or something.
So,
aren't you?
yeah.
1800s.
It was sold to me as 1800s. I don't know. There's no name. As time progressed, the figureheads kind of went smaller,
Yeah.
and then as we get later towards the Royal Navy, about 1880, they stopped using them, I think, as
okay.
much, you know.
So,
So-
right.
Well,
Okay.
you were getting the steel ships then, weren't you? So you was getting the badges. And,
Right. Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
but
Right.
That's as much as I know,
Right.
really.
Really,
I couldn't tell
really,
you who
really.
carved it. I don't know for certain where it was, but I do know
You
the
do know
family
shit,
came
yeah.
from Kent, and
You
as
know-
far as we know, that's probably been commissioned in Kent.
Right. Perfect, mate.
Be great if you knew which ship it came from.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? You could find out.
Yeah.
Excellent piece, mate. Love
Nice,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah, well
I
done.
like
mate.
that.
Good call. No, it's originally, look at that, it's had a bit of filler at the back.
Yeah.
You can see where it's
You can.
fit onto it.
You can see where it's genuine.
Yeah, so 100%.
Base isn't
Original.
brilliant, but
Works.
it could have been on that for a long time.
No, it doesn't matter, it's about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's great. Another thing that's going to end up on the website at some point, not everything we get ends up on the website. There's too much stuff to put on the website, to be quite honest with you. We'd be here for about 2 years just loading stuff up. So yeah, great. Next. All right.
Yeah.
What's
Lady Betty's
Lingerie clasps.
clasps.
See, I always said there was something weird about that.
Aha.
You know. If you go search, you get the right gear, man. Yeah.
Sold out.
Yeah. It's a nice little box, that, isn't it?
Nice box.
What a nice little unusual display thing.
Yes.
So lovely. They're
I
great.
just saw it. I thought
Great
that's
sellers,
worth-
them, aren't they?
That's off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great sellers. Brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So these two little roundels. Obviously, it says
Oh,
it.
okay.
They're in French.
Right.
Natives, I think. Etched and painted.
Yeah. Acid etched.
Acid etched.
Yeah.
And
They're quite nice, are they? It's very difficult to see. Have they got any colour on them in here? Because I think
yeah,
it's the light in here, isn't it? They're
Yeah.
actually signed as well, aren't they?
yes.
On the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two French roundels, yes. Oh, yeah, they have, yeah, did more colour on that one. The blue on that, when you get the light, it reflects the colours.
Yeah.
They're very
Nice, I
very
thought.
sweet, yeah.
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 Imagine in a window, that would
Yeah.
be looking good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they would. They're looking very
Delicate,
good, yeah. That's the problem, isn't it?
but old.
That's not.
That was, I know,
you
not
took
like
a gamble,
me.
don't you? Yeah. Delicate, yeah. I'm
Not
surprised
like me.
these are in one piece.
They
To be
are.
honest.
Yes.
Yeah, they're nice. They need.
You like them, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I like them.
They need taken away from you, then, really.
I know.
Mm.
Do you want to buy them?
No, no. Whatever you do. Yeah.
They'll be broken. If
I know,
you've got
what's
to
the
look
point?
after those. They last hundreds of years, and
The way we get them,
Worried.
last hundreds of days.
it worries you, doesn't it? I'll put them in there safe for now, hey? Oops, knocked a medal over there. Put them. There we go. Be safe there.
It mounts up, doesn't it? The stuff.
Yes.
Ah, no, man.
Some Peruvian.
Recognise them. Yes. Right.
There was an auction in one, I think it was Woolley and Wallace, I think. I'm not certain. The other year. And it was a lot of pre-Columbian cloth and materials.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine bought a section, the man who bought the full collection
Yeah.
took out everything he wanted, and then a friend of mine bought what was left.
Okay. Right.
So I went down to see him, seen his shop, and I was walking through, and I just thought about the other piece we had, and
Yeah.
I saw these on the wall, whereas I don't believe that's as old. It's a nice piece of fabric.
So where do you get this from? Off out the same collection?
Yes,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
all come
So
from the same
why
collection.
don't you believe it says old?
I'm no expert,
I know,
but it
it's-
looks great, doesn't it?
I know, but the thing is, what Mark doesn't believe what anybody tells him. We've had Roman guys that do the British Museum look at Roman stuff, and Mark's going, no, that isn't Roman, and they're saying it is Roman, and these guys adjudicate for bloody museums and things. So you know, it can be. You doubt
When it
Mona
looks old,
Lisa, yeah.
and make it look
Yeah.
older, but you get, it's a feel, isn't it?
Well, it is a feel, but you know, I don't know. You can look at that and say it's not right.
Well, look at this.
Well, yeah.
Now, if you look, all that back, you see that? Looks like it's all been, see the brown?
Yeah.
It's all been weaved, and then all them triangles or squares, whatever you want, have all been individually stitched onto them. And that's part of that pre-Peruvian.
So date on the
pre-Columbian.
Oh, that's a nice.
Yeah, the pre-Columbian. It's Peruvian, but pre-Columbian. And then that is really nice. And this is where you say pre-Columbian early fragment, and they've got 400 BC there.
400 BC.
And that came from a major person's collection. And again, see how all that's been weaved off first, and then this has all been stitched on. Like that's the edge of a hem, you know, like a finish on a
400 BC.
That's what it says on the back.
Right, so
now, then I look to the thicker, stronger weave. And
I know, but
I'm not saying that that's not 100 years old.
Yeah, it's not 400 BC,
it's
is
not,
it? But
it's
no,
not
no,
like
obviously.
2,000 years
I mean, have you ever
old,
seen? Is there? Where do you get any material that's 400 BC? Is there anything?
I think so. Yeah.
So
sure
this
there
is this part of the collection that the Peruvian government?
No. That was an individually. That was individual. That was a lady who had travelled during the 20s, and maybe a bit earlier.
So
and she'd collected.
If the Peruvian government were after the one that we've got, right? Surely then this one is supersedes or any of that lot.
Yeah. All I can say about the one that we got is that's what I was told by the auction house, and then it never got followed through. So.
No. So, but this come out of a private collection.
Private
in
collection
an auction
that's been gone on through an auction.
Yeah.
And there was others. There was votive figures of all types, jugs, and I can't remember. I didn't bid on it, but then I ended up with my friend bidding
on them. I can't believe that's 400 BC. I'll be honest with you. That is just amazing. If
it is amazing, isn't it?
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The thing is, it's not fair to say I'll just buy that. You know, if you're taking parts of the collection, I don't cherry pick. I take everything. Yeah.
That's a nice collection stuff.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what it's really difficult to value anything like this. I mean, it's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? You know, I would imagine 90% of the people that are looking at this going, that's a bit of material, throw it away, or you know, it's of nothing. But I mean, it's just amazing the old done that anyway. Yeah. I see what you're saying about the style and that, but that's similar to the age of the one that we've already got anyway.
I know. I think the one you've already got's older than that.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm sure.
All of a sudden we're experts in Peruvian
no.
stuff.
I'll just say I will. I'll put them under there, Karl. So
we don't break them then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
that.
Right, come on, it's like Christmas this. Come on.
Right.
What else we got?
Little French frame.
Right. Okay, that's okay.
Just saw it, liked it. Oh, that was nice. I like that. I really like that. Tobacco pouch. Chinese tobacco pouch. So tactile. I looked at it and thought, you know, when you see things and you just want to pick them up and say,
tactile, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just felt nice.
Nice, cool. Is that the cannon that you were waiting to pick up?
No. That's a cash cannon. From Malay. Malay. They are actually a currency. They were also used, you know, they could be fired.
Yeah, like a little starting cannon.
Yeah, it could be fired. Yeah. It could be used as part of a dowry, you know, or a payment.
Age on that?
Well, this one, they had them in Malay, and they used them. But thinking this one has been made for the Dutch East Indies Company. because whilst they were out there, they also knew that if we have these, we've got payment for goods. Right. And you can imagine if you wanted to, I don't know, say protect your home, say it was cash, I don't know what that would buy. It could buy a cart.
Well, it's a bit like the slave bangles and the slave money, isn't it? You know, they traded in bronze artifacts and things, and if it was usable, then obviously probably
bronze,
probably worth more.
And it's worth money, and it's usable. And even if you just imagined, you had 10 of them, and you wanted to protect your house, just for instance. You only had one shot in each one. It's not going to do much, but you might get someone with, if you lit 10 at once. You know, it's got a dual purpose. But
every house should have one of them.
Cash.
Cash. Excellent, interesting, mate. Right, so
that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So.
Oh yeah, you mentioned the other cannon.
I did, yes. You told me you were waiting. You didn't come back yesterday because you needed a cannon or something. So, right, well if you're going to buy one cannon, you might as well buy two, haven't you?
Yeah, so, well, I was just looking and I saw this.
Yeah, I was just ambling around and I saw a cannon. Yeah.
It was described as 18th, possibly 19th century.
Gosh, some weight,
Lanica. Again, from Malaya. Cannon. Nice.
Been fired, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It has been fired a few times. Yeah, I mean that'd protect your house, wouldn't it? If you had any burglars coming in. That's unusual, isn't it?
Probably had that on your ship.
Yeah. Date on this? Roughly.
As they said, 18th, late 18th, early 19th century.
You see, it's been commission made, hasn't it? I mean, they don't. I know they put the cannons on them, but if they were just for fighting. They just bang a plain cannon on, don't they? But once you start putting detail on...
Yeah, because I think it's a bit earlier, they're just like a handgun, well, not a handgun,
no, but yeah, on a private...
On a small...
On a small private boat, rather than a government thing.
Yeah.
You know, for going to... Yeah. Hey, listen, mate. You've got to know a little bit about everything, haven't you, in this job?
Yeah. Just...
Price for sale on that, roughly?
Roughly?
Yeah. Not what you paid, what for sale?
No, it could be about 700 quid, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How'd you price this? You know,
you don't, but you could say go on the internet and say that's a £1,000, £1,200. I honestly don't know. Never owned one before. I know how much that cost.
Yeah. And then you come up
and that's because Tom, the man I bought it off, he's very knowledgeable on antiques and also with coins and currencies.
This Tom,
that's his speciality.
This Tom that Mark's on about, we're hopefully going to go down and see. And this guy, he's properly knowledgeable on this. You know, if he says it's red, it's red. He's not like if we say it's red, it might be blue. But when this guy says it's red, he's 100% on it. So when he tells you that, it's right.
And he said, Mark, you'd be struggling to get one for $650.
Yeah,
just for that.
So
I've picked up that.
And that, and that's going like 700 quid, but it's, you know.
But that may not. That is a rarer, possibly a rarer piece.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you? You just don't.
Who wants it as well? There's a difference there as well.
It is.
To most people, it's.
Well, what it points out is, I mean, we we can't know everything about everything, so we price some stuff on what we've bought it at, not what its actual value is. I mean, if you pay, let's say you pay 300 quid for something, we'll sell it for 450, 500 quid. We need to make money. We're here to make money. We've got a lot of stock. It might not be the true value. The true value could be 3-4 times more.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know. Very rarely will it be less. If it be less, we're not here to do that. So, you know, if you see stuff that we've got, don't necessarily think, oh, that's the value of it, because we're not doing it like that. We're doing it on what we've paid for it. But really, we're trying to buy rare items and you try and value. You put your own value on one-off items. It's what you put your value on anything really. So you could possibly get a good buy off us. Really, if you do, don't let us know.
Right. There you go.
There you go. Exactly.
South American gaucho's horse bit.
Oh, right, really?
That goes in the horse's mouth. Front of the horse. That hooks off there. So whatever that fits around the bridle, I am not a horse person. That fits in the horse's mouth.
That's for one of the when they're doing one of the
Yeah.
fancy dances and all that nonsense with it.
No, I just think they use them because they dress the horses up as well, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And
Right.
that's solid silver.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a tough job to make, is it?
No. Never had one before,
No.
so
Unusual, mate.
Well,
Unusual.
we tried to get unusual. No, those lady's teeth must go there. You see them?
Yeah, that's a bit gruesome, isn't it?
Yeah. I suppose.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
Well. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you've got
No, that
got to cut a pizza, this is what you've got
Exactly,
to cut a
Sarah
pizza
said
with,
the
isn't it?
same. What on earth you bought a pizza cutter for?
And it is what?
A wheelwright's measure, apparently.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Oh, right.
A young lad that sold it me told me it was if you had a wheel, you'd take the circumference of the wheel with that. So I said, I understand that. I said, and mark a piece of chalk there
Oh, right.
and then run it around
Run it
and count the times.
Yeah.
He said, no, you don't need. He
Okay.
said, there's a little cut there.
Oh, yeah, okay. So just follow
I
that.
did not know what it was. I didn't have a clue.
Well,
You would get a measure, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you don't do much with wheel writing, do you? Really?
No.
So you know, you might do a bit of plumbing, but you don't do any wheel writing.
So what's that? Yeah. So, hey, may be wrong. It may be something else.
But it looks like it could be. It's got the cuttings.
There's
for the
marks
measure,
there,
hasn't it?
though. There's markings because you know if you're doing a measure, using it right. I'm not saying the handles exactly
Nice little thing,
right,
that,
but
yeah.
it was something that
One for the
I didn't
two
know
lads.
about.
Yeah.
I just didn't know about. I want to- There you go. And that's a piece of stone.
A nice lump of stone.
Cold that.
Asian, anything? Any
Yes,
more
yeah,
information on that?
Indian.
Yeah. Indian stone, nice. Lovely this stone, isn't it?
Yeah.
No idea. No.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
Any idea where it's come from?
We did, no one's known where it's come from because it was found in containers, two pieces. I think it's been outside and it looks like it's been sandblasted. Well, jet washed. That was why. So I keep having thoughts about, is that real stone?
Yeah, of course it's proper stone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Keep looking at it and thinking,
No.
I'm 100%
It's genuine
certain.
stone. I mean, imagine carving that.
Yeah. It's not whether it's Shiva or because there she's holding the snake there, but they normally have a tripod, but you couldn't carve a tripod, could you? So it'd be very difficult. It'd have to be backed.
Interesting, that nice piece of stone. We've
Yeah.
actually got some very nice pieces of stone dotted about, which I'll do individually at some point.
Need to
Go
look at
around.
it.
Yeah, and describe. We've got stone of all ages, haven't we?
Yes.
Hard to date the stone.
Yeah.
What's that?
That is Omani collar. Now,
All right, okay.
yeah. See?
It's silver.
Go on the collar. No, I'd say. So that fits round
Yeah.
there.
How,
You've got the hooks
yeah,
there.
unusual, mate.
Yeah. These look original, and obviously lost some there. Someone must have put
Yeah,
those on. But I'd have
replaced
said
them.
all these would have been original. But when you look at the back, again, look at all that woven
Yeah.
leather.
Yeah. Have you got a date on that?
I don't
Hard
know
to
enough.
date,
I don't know enough. They're like early. It's an antique, isn't it? You're looking at the wear and the leather and everything.
Anybody knows any information on this? Let us know if you would.
But
That'd be great. Yeah.
I think that's a nice.
Yeah.
I do think that's a nice piece.
Nice lot of stuff, mate. Absolutely nice lot of gear, that man, to be honest. Well, a good shopping trip, that, and when you're going out, isn't it? That's, yeah, perfect, that.
And there's some more bits and bobs, but
Yeah, but no, that's great. I mean, these lots are not cheap, are they? Every time we go out, we spend an absolute fortune. All the dice bought us was Mark phoned up from Torquay and said, right, we've got a job in off one of the demolition guys in Ancoats in Manchester, and it's in the Bank of Brundy. It's been closed since the 1980s, and I met the demo lads there last week, where we went in. Dead interesting going into a place from the 1980s that's never been opened up before. Trouble is, it was on my own. Mark was away. Matt was in hospital, so I couldn't do any filming. But very interesting to go down. Anyway, long story short, we ended up buying 4 safes, which I'll show you tomorrow. To be honest with you, great, lovely things, great things. But that's all I bought. So I buy 4 safes. He comes back with this lot. But you know, some you win, some you lose, don't you? So smashing. So yeah, great, perfect, mate. Good shopping trip. That one.
yeah, enjoy that.
Yeah. Can you go again?
Yeah.
So to continue with the original finds theme, I've got 3 items here that we've just rooted out. Me and Matt just been having a cup of tea, just chatting about certain stuff. We've got a lot more to come on, but we'll do. We don't want to bore you stupid really with loads of them, so we do a few at a time. I'm going to start off with this one really, which is one that I really like. And it's woven brass, and what it's for is, I think it's Victorian, and it's for holding birds' eggs in, because what the Victorians used to do, and even up until I think it was the late 70s, young boys and mainly had birds' egg collections, and they'd clues in the name, they'd go around and they'd collect birds' eggs, and they'd every young lad in the country, should I say, it was out in the country, not in the cities, had a birds' egg collection. The trouble was, when you were collecting birds' eggs, some of them, you know, if you got a wren's egg or a blue tit's egg or something like that, unbelievably delicate. So this was made for putting your bird's egg in, to be honest with you. When you stole the bird's egg from the bird's nest, when you look back now, it's a bit of an archaic thing to do, but it happened, it's part of history, so you know, he's talking about. So what they would do is they put a cotton wool in this basket, and sometimes you might have to climb up a tree or climb over a wall or at the top of a building or something. They usually take one, you know, if there's 5 or 6 eggs in the nest, they take one out, put it in the basket, close the basket up, put the little catch down, put it in your pocket, and get, you know, climb back down the tree, down the drain pipe, wherever they got it from, and back home. Previous to these, what they used to do was put the eggs in the mouth, and protect them that way. But that's not not the most hygienic and not the best way. So this was in use up until the late 70s. Like I said, then it's become highly illegal to even own a bird's egg collection. Now I think you could actually go to prison if you were caught with a collection of bird's eggs. You'll see collections in museums, but that's all now. I think even actually to own one is an offence. So yeah, just not something not something you see every day, not something massively valuable, but extremely rare and nearly broken. So yeah, first original find of the day. Cool. Okay, so that was the bird's egg holder. The next one is a bit of a controversial thing nowadays. If you're vegetarian, anyway, it's certainly controversial. Was commonplace up until, again, I'd say 1970s. This is an early one. This, because it's got a lot of wear on it, and it's from George Jones, from the abattoirs, Elm Street Abattoirs in Manchester, and it's a butcher's sign for fresh trapped rabbits, which is you don't see that quite often now, do you? Occasionally you might get a fresh butcher's that will hang pheasants or something from the railings, but no, to advertise it like that just shows how far we've come, really. Well, shows not how far we've come, how much we're hiding. Anyway, just another one-off unusual thing. Will be on the website. If anybody wants any fresh trapped rabbits, give us a shout. So the third original find we've got today is a picture by an artist, comedian, entertainer, American guy from the earlier 70s and 80s. Massive in America, this guy, apparently, and his guy's called Red Skelton. Bit of a clown, but there is actually a Red Skelton Institute over there. They like institutes in America. Again, a really rare thing, because when this guy when he travelled on, when he was flying wherever he flew, he'd doodle, and he'd draw doodles and on pieces of paper and give them to people, and they were highly collectible. Anyway, this one happens to be a little bit special because it's on a Concord napkin, so which makes it really rare in the scheme of things. And it's a picture of, I assume that's him as a clown, a bit like our Charlie Caroli was. Red Skelton signed, and it's got to Phyllis and Dennis, Dear Heart, Red, 1984. But yeah, unusual, rare thing. Cool. So the next one is a bit of a funny one. This obviously it's an original find. It is a one-off, and it's an architect's sculpture, really, and a design plan of a city. I'm pretty certain it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool 1, but I'm not 100% certain, because when you're looking at it like this, it's difficult for me to. I'm not. We go shopping in Liverpool 1 or whatever. We might go to the docks or something, but I don't know exactly the layout. So, but I think it's Liverpool 1. You might look at it and say, no, that's Sheffield, or no, that's Scandinavia, or whatever you think. But I mean, what a great thing! What an unusual thing. Make a fantastic coffee table centerpiece, talking point, display piece. You're not buying another. That's why it's on. That's why I'm doing an original find on it. When these things were made, I mean, this will have cost a couple of grand at least, if not more, to have, probably more to have made, to be honest with you. It's the sort of thing. It looks like it's done by Eduardo Palozzi, so it's the sort of thing he made. If he'd have done something like this, it'd be 20 grand. Yeah, it's got good detail. I'd love to, if anybody does recognise anything, any of the buildings or anything, then lets us know. 100%. I'd appreciate it. It's on the website. It is for sale. Have it in your house. Great coffee table. Or whatever you think. Cool. Yeah. Right, let us know.